What's up, everybody? Professor here. Today, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 Steph Curry career highlights. Now, this was a hard find. Steph Curry's had a lot of highlights in his career, so to narrow it down to a top 10 definitely wasn't easy. And again, this is my take right here. It's kind of subjective, but let's get into it. All right, right away, number 10 here. Ooh, pullback versus Marc Gasol versus the Grizzlies. Let's see that again. So on the setup, it was like a little cross. Yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough, man. Left him in his tracks. Looking back. A lot of times it's really like the setup. I noticed Steph is really good at driving at different angles before he pulls back. It's like really sharp angles. Tough for a big man to keep up with. But yeah, number 10, I like this play because he created so much space. All right, number 9. This is insane. I've never seen a shot like this in all of basketball, if I'm honest. This just happened this year. This is this season. Maybe less than a month ago. Versus Phoenix. Look at it. So he comes in here, goes behind his back, turns, shoots at the right. That's a weird angle. Well, Steph Curry, one player who could shoot at any angle. Like, it really just don't matter. That was fire, right at the end of right before the half. That's hot. That's crazy, yeah. It's got to get the number 9 spot. Let me see this again, though. What is it? Okay, it's bounce. Behind his back. Durant almost put a hand on it. Shoots it right hand off the right foot. I'll tell you what, though. You get as many reps in as Steph Curry does in practice, you can do a lot of crazy things. Believe that. Okay, versus Dillon Brooks. This is a classic one. I really like this because Dillon Brooks is like a really good defender in the NBA. As much flack as he might get, he's an all-defensive team type player. Cross him up, faked. It's hard to hit a three-pointer after a pump fake without any dribbles in between. Much less an NBA three-pointer, you know what I mean? That's a way tougher shot than people might think. But I like that at the number 8 spot. And the people were loving it too because it was versus Dillon Brooks, and he sort of has a kind of a bad guy narrative in the NBA. But dude's a good player, man. Dillon Brooks is a good player. So to pull this off, it's like a double cross. Cross him twice. Tough. Other players, it'd be a bad shot, not Steph. Number 7, fake the and one versus Boston, and I think he shot it with the left, if I'm not mistaken. He shot this with the left. Let's see. It was in the bubble. Okay, pulls back, contact, and shoots it with the left. It's crazy. Who do you know that could shoot with their offhand from NBA 3? Like in a game, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's players that can do it, of course. I'll be honest, I'd have a hard time going to an open gym and hitting shots with my offhand from NBA 3. Like if I played like one-on-one, like a no-pressure game, nobody in the stands, that would be hard, much less in an NBA game versus a good defender. It's crazy, 4-point play. You know he hit the free throw, too. Check it out one more time. The spin. Step back, get behind. It was a double step back. It's a double step back. I don't think I realized that. Number 6 versus Rudy Gobert. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Turned him around. And then, like, the finish is insane, too. Like, what? This is one of my favorites, man. I put it at number 6. Maybe it could have went higher, but there's so many crazy plays. It's kind of hard to place Steph's top plays in order from 10 to 1. It's a tough play. Yeah, like I said, he drives at really good angles and then pulls back, like once he gets ahead of you. And he's a good judge of when to pull back. That's one of the things I pride myself on when it comes to like just hooping and ball handling is like, you just gotta know when to step back. You know what I'm saying? When to pull back. Okay, number 5 here. We're obviously in the NBA Finals here. We're against Cleveland in those legendary NBA Finals. I think that three, this was, you see they're already up a little bit. They're up like 14 right there, but then he kind of buries them with the shot. Not to mention versus Kyrie, who to me is an underrated defender. And Kyrie tough, man. I mean, he got the best of Steph in some of these matchups too, but this one right here, Warriors pulled away. That was back when KD was there too. Ha. Not a lot of room to work with right there. That's one thing Steph's great at. He gets his shot off when there's not a lot of room to work with. You know what I mean? And that was a physical play too. It's like he can still shoot even though it's physical. All right, number 4 versus Braun. Definitely an iconic highlight, right? I think he faked Braun 4 or 5 times before he went to the cup right here. I always have to watch it again to figure out what actually happened. This is that same NBA final. So he went once, back out, twice, back out, fakes the shot, and then goes. Maybe there's 4 fakes here. It's look, fake jumper. So 1, we drive, fake, kind of faked another jumper again. 2, goes for the reset. Pulls back. Fakes a jumper again. 3 to the rack. So it's about 3 or 4 fakes. You could consider that pullback reset a fake too. And then Braun, so tough, he almost blocks it. It's crazy. But wow, what a play and what a time during the NBA Finals. Oh, number 3, what's going on though? What's up with this? Dude touch earth? Who is that? Williams? Dude was out of there. Like, holy. Let's see, what happened here? I don't even know what happened. Okay, fakes the jumper. Just fake the jumper and pulled it back. One thing to consider with Steph, like his handle is really good too, but a big part of it is because he's such a good shooter. That's why I always tell people, like, the handle and your jump shot is all connected. Like, Steph can have his handle can be better because people are under so much pressure for his jump shot, right? Number 2, CP3, ooh. Versus CP3, drops him in the corner. I remember actually was watching this live and it was kind of crazy, and I remember it just happened so quick. I was like, what happened? And it was so viral that night on the internet. I think it was a double behind double behind the back. Fakes the baseline, pulls it out. CP stepped on his foot, but I always tell all ankle breakers have a little bit of contact. Like 90+% of ankle breakers got some contact. It's just the game, you know what I'm saying? Game physical, that's how it's gonna go. But he was off balance to begin with, right? CP3 was off balance just off the move, period. To the pullback, and then to hit the flawless jumper as usual. What a shot, man, what a guy. What a guy and what a shot. That's the crazy thing I always say about Steph. He's like a pure shooter mixed with a great scorer. Usually people are one or the other. Number 1, man, this play weaved in between 3 or 4 Clippers players. Again, it happened so fast. Like, he just got away from them in a tight space. He got away from everybody. Look, cross tween behind the back, step back. It's a cross tween behind the back, step back to the 3. Look, cross tween behind the back, step. 4 Clipper defenders. Crazy, bro. Steph Curry, he be pulling off these moves. Some of these things is supernatural, bro. It's different. Even his coach, Steve Kerr, is like, are you kidding me? Look, he just turned around and laughed. You just gotta, sometimes, that's what it is with Steph. Like, sometimes you just gotta laugh, right? It's like, are you kidding? Like, and that's the great thing about Steph too, is like he kind of like revolutionized the way we view shooting in the game in general, right? You look at other players around the league, he even forced other NBA players to shoot deeper threes. I think you could say LeBron, you could say Dame Lillard, Trae Young. A lot of every new school player in NBA now has a deep 3 game, but I think he not only inspired the fans and revolution, and like kind of like retaught how the game is played, inspired people to be deep 3-point shooters, but also showed other NBA players like, hey man, that pull up 5 feet behind the three-point line, that could be a good shot if you can make it consistently. And he showed us you can, right? We would have thought before, like, it's not a good shot. You can't make it consistently. Somebody like Reggie Miller or Ray Allen or Larry Bird or some great shooter would like pull up from 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line just like every once in a blue moon, maybe. Maybe on a night you feeling it, you know what I mean? With Steph, the regular routine, you know what I mean? Like, it's unreal. It's unreal. But yeah, man, props to Steph, 10-time All-Star, thinking heading into his 11th All-Star appearance. Remarkable career, one of the top 10 best players of all time. I think most people could say that. I personally put him on top 5 now, best point guard of all time. He's had a heck of a run, heck of a career. Really a big fan of him, just on and off the court. Seems like a great guy. We've met a couple times in person, short interactions, but always cool. Always cool to cross paths. But yeah, man, big shout out and congrats to Steph on his upcoming 11th All-Star appearance. And heck of a career, man, even if it ended today, right? It's incredible, but it feels like he's gonna play a few more years. I'm excited to see what the future holds. Signing off, that's my top 10 Steph Curry career highlights.